So as we celebrate Martin Luther King this weekend, it's a privilege to be up here to celebrate him. He's one of my heroes. He's one of my teachers. He's one of my mentors. This man is incredible in all ways. What I really love about people is our human struggle. We don't try to be pious and above it, even though that's what we're reaching for. The real work is here where we are, and our thoughts are in our emotions, and that's what this teaching is. To monitor our thoughts. Where are we? Who are we? What are we being? What do we stand for? Martin Luther King was so brave and so courageous in his heart that he pushed every edge he possibly could, not only for his own sake, but for his people, for all of mankind. I have a friend who is in a wheelchair, and because of Martin Luther King's actions, she has freedoms that she wouldn't have had otherwise. So to this day, he affects us. And I read a very interesting article about his speech the night before he gave his speech, the famous one on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, his freedom speech. And he, as a speechwriter, had other speechwriters, and they would write and write and write. And he was writing the day before, still working on his notes and practicing till 3 in the morning. And then that day, they expected 10,000, 250,000 people showed up. And it was after 9 other speakers, 2 other songs, and a tribute that he was getting up on stage. So people were hot, people were weary, and he was saying his speech, and he had his people all around him. And from the back, behind him, his friend Malia Jackson, passionate gospel singer, said, "Tell him about the dream." Because that piece about the dream wasn't in his written speech. It was in his heart, and speeches had he been given earlier. But he didn't find it safe. He didn't find it politically okay. He was there, you know, in the Capitol, and he wanted to be he wanted to fit in. He was already edgy as it was. But something inside his heart said, "Oh no." And he put down his speech. And one of his famous quotes that he showed us, he was living by, was, "There comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe, nor political, nor popular, but he must take it because consciousness tells him it's right." So his buddy, Miss Jackson, repeated it again. Tell him about the speech, because she's the divine feminine in his field. And he took that pregnant pause, and he chanced it and risked it, and out came, "I have a dream." And oh, one of the greatest speeches in history. So let's go inside and find out where we're editing our dreams, where we're editing our truth. Unfold your bodies, open up. And I will speak on behalf of all of us because we are one. The one power that Patrick sang for us, the one universal energy that keeps us alive, it's there every day, not some ideal far away, but in us. We are all each the expression of it, the pushing edge of it, the manifestation, the highest vibration of it. And still, individually, we're allowed, we have the power to say no. We have the power to stay small. We have the power to say yes and be afraid. Martin Luther King stood for faith. He talked to his Creator regularly, and his Creator talked to him through his heart, through his passion. What is pushing me so hard inside? What is screaming in my ears that I am denying? I want to listen. I want to say yes. I want to be brave. I want to shake. I want to stand for loving my enemies. I want to stand for stepping into something and not knowing how it's going to turn out. I want to say, I love you for the first time to somebody. I want to say, no, I'm going to quit this job. I don't do it anymore, and that's not me. I want to say yes to expansion in my heart and in my mind. I want to grab bigger ideas that aren't only better for me, but for everybody around me. I am the influence in my life. I am my best friend. What do I stand for? How can I be God today for myself? And he also encouraged us not to stand by silently, but to use our voice and to speak for ourselves.